here. I'm talking, of course, about Abdurrahman Samba and Rai Benjamin, who will go head-to-head for the first time. And Kevin Young's world record, which has stood since Barcelona 1992, could be on borrowed time. It might not go tonight, but it could well be vulnerable this season. On the outside lane from Brazil then, Marcio Teles, 3 times a national champion. Inside him, lane 8, Takatoshi Abe from Japan. Asian champion back in 2011, but only 5th this year in Doha. Rasmus Maggi, been on the circuit a long time, 27 years old now, European silver medalist in Zurich back in 2014. He's in lane 7. Thomas Barr, big-time performer. Who can forget that 4th place in the Olympic final in Rio in 2016? He goes in lane 6. There is Rai Benjamin with the trademark headband. 47.02 he ran in wet conditions in Eugene last year, equaling the mark by Ed Moses. Abdurrahman Samba, well, unbeaten since the World Championships in 2017, 10 out of 10 races, and a glint in the eye suggested that we could see something special here tonight in Shanghai. Patryk Dobek goes in lane 3 for Poland, former European under-23 champion. And on the inside, from China, great reception, of course, for all the Chinese athletes here this evening, Feng Zheqiang, former national champion. But this all about Samba and Benjamin. Samba from Qatar, who ran the fastest season opener ever. He's in 4, Rai Benjamin in 5. Fasten your seatbelts. This could be something very, very special indeed. A first meeting between Benjamin in 5 and Samba in 4. The men's 400 metres hurdles. Well, Samba so strong in the latter stages. He started this season so strongly. Benjamin hasn't run a 400 metres hurdles for over a year, and he's straight into his running here, already eaten up the ground on Thomas Barr down the back straight. Samba likes to go steadily, bides his time, and the eye drawn to the centre of picture there, the tall figure of Abdurrahman Samba from Qatar, now starting to get into his groove with 200 to go. We can see there Benjamin with the white headband, with Samba on his shoulder, and as we come into this final straight, it's between these two, as we knew it would be, the 2nd and 3rd fastest of all time. Benjamin, what has he got left? Now Samba comes into his own, starting to stretch away, and Samba, let's look at the top clock, 46.98, remember, was the time in Paris last year. It's not quite as quick as that, but it's another very, very quick time. It's the fastest in the world this year, of course it is. Still early stage.
In Berlin, he's back in the fight. Well, this is one of the highlights for the local fans in a packed Bislett Stadium. The men's 400-metre hurdles. World champion Carsten Warholm goes in lane 7. One lane inside Abe there of Japan, the 27-year-old who's run 49.1 this year. Warholm, the world champion, the European champion. He wintered so well, remember. He won the 400 metres indoors in Glasgow at those European Championships. It's only his 2nd 400 hurdles of the season, mind you. The first one went so well with 47.85 in Stockholm. Here is Kieran McMaster, the Commonwealth champion from the British Virgin Islands. His gold on the Gold Coast was the British Virgin Islands' first ever Commonwealth gold. TJ Holmes, he could be the danger man. 2nd in Stockholm to Warholm, although somewhere behind, but at his best with 48.3, he's very useful indeed. David Kenzera goes in lane 4 for the USA. Already 5 races this year. He was 2nd in Rome last week in 48.9. Thomas Barr of Ireland. Well, he's a big-time performer. The European Championship bronze medalist. Remember him in Rio? Finished in 4th place, did 26-year-old Tom Barr. And Patryk Dobek goes in lane 2. Lane 1 is empty. Dobek of Poland is a 48.4 performer himself. World Championship finalist to boot, finished 7th in Beijing back in 2015, Dobek, so plenty of experience for him. But there is Carsten Warholm, won that European indoor 400 metres back in March with a national record in 45.05. He's got fabulous flat speed. He's a former decathlete, of course. Apparently, it's an absolute animal training. He just loves training. Dobek in 2, Barr of Ireland in 3, Kenzira of the USA in 4, TJ Holmes, who was 5th at the World Championships in London, he goes in 5, McMaster, the Commonwealth champion, in 6, Warholm in 7, second from the outside, and Takatoshi Abe of Japan right out in lane 8. So a roar erupts around the arena as Warholm gets into his running, and straight away, there he is, left of picture, blasts the first 100 metres. Nice and steady now, also going strongly inside him. It's McMaster. Look at McMaster there in the blue. He's really taken this to Warholm. Warholm won't know about it, the Norwegian. They get to halfway, and McMaster might even be slightly up on Warholm. And Warholm also always starts aggressively and fast. He's got a race in his hands as they come to 300 metres. More of a race than might have been expected, but he's strong as Warholm, and McMaster now is beginning to wilt. Warholm stays strong, down the straight, one barrier to go. Will he clear this one well? Yes, he will, and there's the contrast. Look at the gap opening up, Barr coming through, watch the clock, 7:47.33, just outside the world best, but it is a new meeting record and a national record though for Karsten Warholm. Well, do you know what? Although he wasn't in his immediate range of vision, Steve, the field of vision, I think that McMaster, he probably sensed McMaster there on the crown of the second bend, Karsten Warholm, and that urged him on to a very, very fast time indeed. His lifetime best before tonight, 47.64 in Berlin last year, 47.33 here tonight. It puts him 13th fastest in history. It is a national record, it's an area record, and that is a meeting record as well. Boy, oh boy. That is a new European record for Karsten Warholm, displacing Stefan Diakana from Lausanne in 1995. Was it really 24 years ago that the Frenchman, himself a world champion, ran 47.37? That was special.
Well, he invited McMaster into his world and spat him out the other end, I think. You know, he attacked it hard, and you're right, McMaster went with him, and through 200, you thought, okay, race on here, because we know Warholm goes out hard and sometimes maybe doesn't always carry it through. However, he got better here. It's the first time I've seen Warholm almost get stronger through the race, and when he came off that last barrier, I was watching the clock because I thought maybe he can get close to 47 seconds here, but 47.33 nonetheless, as you've said, personal best. There it is, European tonight, so that one of the stars of Scandinavian athletics, Karsten Warholm, the world champion in this event. I was just going to say, can give the crowd something to cheer about, but I have to say that quite a lot of them have gone home. La Hulu not starting in this, so we'll only have 7 men to contend. A few got a late call into this event as well. On the outside is Bengtström then, the 19-year-old, yet to break 50 seconds. There is the world champion in lane 7. Trying to fire himself up, and if he gets a bit warmer, then he'll have a few people gathering round him, because a little bit of heat will help. And then TJ Holmes of the USA inside him in lane 6. First major 400 hurdles of the season for him. Thomas Barr, good performance from him in the Shanghai Diamond League, finishing in 3rd spot there. That was his first outdoor race of the season, the Irishman in lane 5. Kenneth Selman of the USA, good season last year. Low 48 second man. Well, it said he doesn't start, but he is there. There he is. So he may have just missed registration. But Hulu is there. Ran a good race in Cairo recently. And Seb Roger of Great Britain won in Uerdingen. Got under 50 seconds. Good performance for him in that race. Always good to get a win last week. And Jacob Paul on the inside, the other British athlete. 51.21, his best so far this year. So it'll be tough, this technical event. Wind still swirling around here in the stadium. It'll be particularly bad down the back straight. Just need to gauge this right. Thomas Barr in 5. TJ Holmes, Karsten Warholm outside him. Of course, we saw a great performance from Samba Benjamin in Shanghai. I don't think we're going to see anything as quick as that. 47.27, the world lead. Men's 400-meter hurdles. Warholm driving out, that familiar style of his, already attacking down the back straight there and making up ground on the 19-year-old Bengtsson, and going flying past him. TJ Holmes, the American, may well be leading though through this first 200 meters, has gone off very, very quickly indeed. Thomas Barr a little further back, big gap to him in lane 5, but Warholm now really getting moving around that top bend, wrestling the lead back as TJ Holmes just takes a little bit of a stumble off that barrier. But it's going to be Karsten Warholm, the world champion, who'll have this all to himself. The others are way back. TJ Holmes going backwards, this field may well swallow him up. Seb Roger coming into 3rd spot, but look at Warholm now just between him and the clock, trying to get as quick as he can here, and that's not bad. 47.85. Thomas Barr comes through for 3rd behind TJ Holmes. Well, he was the red-hot favourite to win this, obviously, and for him to come out, he had such a good indoor season, didn't he? That brilliant, fast 400 metres. And there's a brave man. He's Norwegian. He doesn't care. It's not cold at all, is it?
Well, hang on, we're in Sweden and everybody's well wrapped up. Wow. Tell you what, Steve, it's almost an optical illusion with Warholm, because he looks like he's overstriding, stretching for the barriers, but he just gets stronger and stronger. And really noticeably, he continues pumping so hard with his arms. Little stutter before that final barrier, that can be forgiven. Look how strong he is on the run-in. He takes another 3 meters out of the field there off that final barrier. Brilliant. And TJ Holmes was very isolated in 2nd place. Goodness me. Big, big gaps. But that is superb from Warholm. Under 48 seconds is one of the performances of the night, to be perfectly honest, because it is cool. And as you pointed out quite rightly, the wind has not let up much. It's a really gusting wind here in the stadium that must have affected him down the back straight. 47.85, winning by almost a second and a half.
Yeah, 47.85 in these conditions is pretty impressive stuff, and only 2 men under 50 seconds in that. Thomas Barr 3rd, Seb Roger taking 4th place, pretty close between them, but yes, a difficult evening for many of the athletes. In
bronze medalist last year, he's a fabulous performer as the 27-year-old, big-time competitor, 4th in Rio, and he leads the Diamond League rankings this year. There's David Kenzira, 5th at the US Championships. The American goes in 7th. He won in Cork just last week in 50.38, but he has run 48.6 this year. Here's Mani Copello, the World Championship silver medalist from Turkey. Cuban-born. He was 2nd at the London Diamond League 3 weeks back in a season's best of 48.9. He has run under 48. Amir Latin, 3rd in their championships 3 weeks ago, and fresh from a silver medal in Lima at the Pan Am Games last week. Indeed, the first 3 from Lima, those Pan Am Games, go here today. There's Alison Santos, just 19 years old. He's in wonderful form. The winner of those Pan Am Games in a personal best, 48.45 in Lima. He's the world number 4 after that win in Peru. There's Kemar Mowat for Jamaica. He goes in 3, the bronze medalist in those Pan Am Games. His 4 best times, though, came in 2017. He's run 48.7 this year and has recently won the Jamaican title. Takatoshi Abe, the Asian champion back in 2011. Japanese champion at the end of June in a season's best of 48.80. So hasn't raced for almost 7 weeks because that was his last race. And Jacob Paul of Great Britain, the 24-year-old for Windsor, Slough, Eton and Harrow Club, goes in lane 1. So the season's best 2 weeks ago in Bern, Switzerland. He was 6th in the 3A's championships last year, the UK championships, which are in this stadium in 1 week's time. Next weekend, many of these British athletes will be returning to this facility. Well, the fastest time in the world this year, 47.12 by Karsten Warholm. That was an improvement on his European record. That was in London 3 or 4 weeks back. The stadium record, 48.20 by Di Green back in 2011. So several athletes here in very good form. How well will the athletes who ran the Pan Am Games have travelled, going off very quickly, lane 3. Kimar Moet there, third from right, is already right up on Santos outside him. He's gone off very quickly, as indeed has David Kenzira, second to left there in lane 7. Kenzira going well. It's fairly even at the moment then. There's 2 or 3 athletes rising early. In lane 5, Amir Latin, US Championship bronze medalist, is going well too. Fourth from left at the moment, but certainly the leader is Kimar Moet of Jamaica. Leads around the second bend. Stronger running from Kenzira too in lane 7 there, nearest the camera. These two in the lead, a couple of metres on the rest of them. They come into the straight now. Kimar Moet there to right of picture, working hard. He went off very quickly. He's holding it together well. He's still, oh, he hits that one badly. And they're coming past him, 3 of them coming past him. And it's Capello who takes it there in the line. A very strong home straight run from Yasmani Capello, the Turk, to win in 49.09. Well, he left it very late indeed, but he timed it to perfection. Certainly Moet was leading with about 60 or 70 to go, and then he crashed into that final barrier and lost so much momentum, and that's like a double whammy because your legs are so full of lactate, you're really struggling at that stage. And he saw 3 men outside him sweep past. Capello, Santos, Kenzira. All of them close to 49 seconds, but the Turk is the winner.
Yeah, timed it to perfection. At this stage, it's all about Moet. He's just got to keep strong and keep his rhythm going. So far, so good on there. Right of picture. This was the one. Got it horribly wrong. Got the heel on the barrier. Lost all momentum. At this stage, is treading treacle and going backwards. And 3 athletes just came flooding past him, led by Capello, Yasmani Capello, the 32-year-old. Really, really good power in those last, 30, 40 metres. And Santos couldn't get back at him either, so Santos having to tackle for second place. But Moet, there it is. It was the left leg, and it just literally took all the wind out of his sails, took the momentum away from him, and the rest were away.
Well, Capello, very consistent. He is a 47.8 performer. That came last year in Berlin for the Turk. He's World Championship silver medalist. He's Olympic bronze medalist from Rio. Gets it right on the big occasions. He gets it very
400-metre hurdles. And beside me, Steve Cram.
Thank you, Tim. Hello, everybody. And this our first event of the afternoon. As Tim was saying, really good conditions. A little bit breezy. You can see just a ruffling of the shirt on the outside. Khalifa Rossa will start in lane 9. 9 lanes being used in most of the events today. And then we've got a cracking lineup here. Inside him, TJ Holmes. He was the NC2A runner-up. Had a cracking year last year. A little bit of a slow start to his 2019 season. He'll be hoping for a good performance here. David Kenzira will be in lane 7 inside him.
3 times a collegiate All-American for Illinois.
Moved up, formerly a high hurdler, moved up to the 400 hurdles in terms of distance. Of course, it's a drop in height of hurdles.
In lane number
Performance
6,
in Rome already on the Diamond League circuit. And then this man here, Karen McMaster, who is the Commonwealth champion and may well give the favourite, Rai Benjamin, something to think about here.
In lane number 5,
there he is, 47.02, his best set last year in Eugene. He's been 3 times under 48 seconds this year in 2019 in cracking form. Rasmus Manji from Estonia, European silver medalist last year in those championships in Berlin. Disappointing performance in his last Diamond League outing, only finished 9th on that occasion. Slow start the season as well for Yasmani Capello, the silver medalist from London 2017. Was meant to be in Shanghai, had to withdraw. He's had one pretty, a slow start, as I said, a 51 clocking, only race he's had so far. And then we've got Ludwig Vaillant of France. His 3rd race of 2019, a member of the French 4x4 team as well. And then Amir Latin from the USA on the inside, 22-year-old, who set a new personal best a couple of weeks ago. Well, a lot of the questions were about whether or not Rai Benjamin could run a really quick time here. I have to say conditions perhaps not that helpful down the back straights. It's worse probably over the first 2 or 3 flights for all of these men. And then once they get down the back straight, they're out of the breeze. But it might just affect them early on. So important to get the rhythm right, get the stride pattern right in the 400 hurdles. So Benjamin in lane 5, McMaster, the Commonwealth champion, in 6. Men's 400-metre hurdles. Long hold. Yeah, there was something not quite right there. You could tell, for whatever reason, they should have been into their set position long before that. There was nothing wrong with the athletes, so maybe we've got a little bit of a technical issue. Not quite sure. Right in front of me, I'm watching an official pick up something from the track in front of the athlete in lane 1. But there's Capello, as I said. I think a slight injury problem for him at the start of this season. Hopefully he's put that behind him. McMaster had some issues last year as well. This very talented 22-year-old former Clemson athlete. Won the first ever medal at the Commonwealth Games for the British Virgin Islands.
Green card shown in the hurdles, no false start charge.
So there's no false start here. So Benjamin with McMaster just outside him, 1 lane outside. It should be between those two. Don't think Capello really in the sort of form yet to challenge them. So very quickly through them again. Latin USA in 1, Vaillant of France in 2, Capello of Turkey in 3, Maggi Estonia 4, Benjamin USA 5, McMaster British Virgin Islands 6, Kenzira USA 7, Holmes USA 8, and Rosser USA 9.
From the inside.
Well, they get away safely this time. Benjamin, not the best of starts, but McMaster's gone off very quickly, just rises first to that first hurdle, down the back straight, into the breeze, now a little bit more even. Benjamin just moving up on McMaster, and the two of them making ground on Kenzira, who's in lane 7 as well, and going well. TJ Holmes and Rosser out in 8 and 9, but it's Benjamin now starting to take control. McMaster responds as the American moves through inside him. But look at Benjamin, only cleared in 2017 to run for USA, and storming away now, clear and gone. McMaster, nothing he can do. In fact, just stumbles a little off that flight here into the home straight with a clear lead. Now it's all about Rye Benjamin and how quick he can go. Flies over the last barrier. They're watching the clock. Here he goes, Benjamin, 47.16. Well, his second fastest ever performance over the 400-meter hurdles. And for any other athlete, that would be a phenomenal run. And by his high standards, it is as well. But you just wonder what he's capable of with. There's no Samba at the moment, but these two are so talented. Just ignore that caption there. The winner was this man, Benjamin. How impressive, Tim, in the second half of the race was he?
I was going to say, Steve, it was a race of 2 halves. He looked very relaxed through 200 metres. Here we see him going into the second bend, and he seems to change gear. I know the stagger is unwinding to his benefit with McMaster outside him, but boy, does he look relaxed here and yet powerful. It's a wonderful combination here down the home straight. Look at the length of his stride here. Just oozing power. Smooth, too. Looks untroubled. Doesn't look under pressure. For my money, there's a lot left in the tank for Rye Benjamin here. I mean, 47.16, the quickest time in the world this year. I mean, there's only a half dozen men in history have gone quicker than that, and he's streets ahead of the rest of the field. That was almost an exhibition.
Well, what a performance. A world lead, 47.16 for Benjamin, and as Tim was saying, I think we'll agree there's more to come from him. What a performance. So 48.94, season's best, rather ragged run from Kyron McMaster. Both of the last flights he almost stumbled over. Capello improving to 49.37 for a season's best from the 3rd for him. That will give him some encouragement.
Really is a perfect stadium for racing. I'm Chris Dennis, the athletes out on the track for the first action. Alongside me, it's good evening to Tim Hutchings.
Thank you, Chris. Yes, good evening, everybody. There's the lineup. We go to lane 8 there, where Aaron McMaster of the British Virgin Islands, the Commonwealth champion from last year, finds himself drawn. Season's best when second at the Prefontaine Classic meeting in Palo Alto at the end of June. That was to Rye Benjamin. Didn't finish at the London Diamond League, though, 3 weeks back, somewhat worryingly. Now, here's the main man, the Norwegian, Karsten Warholm, the reigning world and European champion. World #1 this year, too. He's already set 2 European records so far this season. They were in Oslo on the 13th of June and in London on the 20th of July. TJ Holmes, 5th in the World Championships 2 years ago, goes in lane 6 for the USA. David Kenzira goes in 5th. 5th in those US Championships 3 weeks or so back in Des Moines. Around 48.6 there. That's how tough the quality is at the US Championship. Yasmani Capello, the World Championship silver medalist, behind Warholm in London a couple of years back. Cuban-born, Races for Turkey, though. He goes in 4. Good draw that for Capello. Wilfried Happio of France, the European under-23 champion, just a few weeks ago in Gävle, Sweden. And French champion as well. He's only 20 years old. Took that French title in Saint-Etienne a couple of weeks back. Ludwig Vaillant goes in lane 2. We saw him rocketed past him, second in the French Championships. And there's Thomas Barr, European Championship bronze medalist last year, was 4th in Rio at the Olympic Games. He seems to find his best form only when he really needs to, Thomas Barr. Slightly disappointed last Sunday in Birmingham with 50.16 in 5th place. And he could be slightly aggrieved, Thomas Barr, at his lane draw. He's got lane 1. I mean, on paper, in every criterion, he should at least be in lane 2 with Vaillant, the Frenchman, pushed into lane 1. However, the big names are further out. Kenzira is a 48.6 man this year, 48.4 last year. He's in 5. TJ Holmes there for the USA. He goes in lane 6. He's a 48.3 performer again last year. He hasn't raced, by the way, Kenzira, TJ Holmes, since those US Championships 4 weeks ago today. So Holmes in 6. Could be a little bit ring rusty, or is he fresh from a lot of good training and mental relaxation? Karsten Warholm, though, goes in 7. His coach, Leif Olaf Alnes, will be watching. They have a fabulous relationship. Warholm has produced every great performance can be expected of him so far this year. Can he produce yet another? So away they go. Warholm, remember, won the European indoor title over the flat 400. He has fabulous flat speed, and he's already well up. And Curran McMaster outside him, the Commonwealth champion. Second to left is Warholm, the world champion, the European champion. A lot of work yet to be done by those inside him, although Capello, their centre of picture with the beard, has already gone off pretty fast in lane 4. He's won his last 3 races, including Birmingham last week as Capello. He's got Warholm in his sights, but the Norwegian there, extreme left of picture, is going strongly around the crown of the bend. The stagger unwinds in the favour of those inside him in lane 2. Good running by Ludwig Vaillant of France. Capello's got a bit of work to do in the middle there in lane 4. But look at Warholm stretching for this final barrier. Clears that one well. Big margin behind him. Good running from McMaster in second place. Watch the clock. This will be quick. 47.26. Boy, oh boy, he's done it again. Another fabulous performance. Not as quick as the stadium record, the meeting record set last year by Abderrahmane Samba, 46.98. Remember, Samba last year becoming the second man ever in history of the Qatari to go under 47 seconds. But Warholm said he's used the talk of Samba again and again. He keeps hearing about it, he says, and it's annoyed him. He's used it as motivation and impetus in training. And that is one of the reasons why his year is going so well. 47.26. He wins by over a second from a fabulous run from Ludwig Vaillant. Well, maybe that lane 2 draw was justified after all. That from Vaillant is a big season's best. But Warholm, well, it's almost an exhibition run, Chris.
So uncompromising, isn't he? He's so aggressive right from the gun. You can see the intent. He was maybe just stretching for those final 2 barriers, but he backed himself. McMaster distant in the wing mirrors by this stage. And Warholm, well, another statement of intent. And that's the 3rd fastest time this year. 47.26. He really does walk the walk as well as talk the talk. He's so confident in press conferences, but he means it. And he delivers.
Well, Warholm might not be able to reproduce the form he showed in London, just over a month ago, when he produced that incredible 47.12 to become number 7 all time, but that is still a very quick time from Norwegian. 47.26 for Warholm, made a Vaillant personal best for the Frenchman there, 48.30.
Surprise winner, virtually on top of us. Well, one of the highlights of the Diamond League season so far has been the astonishing running of the world and European champion at 400-meter hurdles, Karsten Warholm. And he goes in this next discipline, the final individual men's track discipline. TJ Holmes will go in lane 9, 5th in the World Championships 2 years ago, 2nd in the US Championships. He was 5th in Paris last Saturday, still in reasonable form. He's run 48.5 this season. That was at the US Championships. And there is Warholm, unbeaten this year, the world number 1. 4 national records last year, 2 European records this year. 47.12 he ran in London some 5 weeks ago. The former decathlete from Norway, he's in lane 7. He likes that lane. Kyron McMaster, the Commonwealth champion from the British Virgin Islands,
holds the national record for them. He was third in Paris last Saturday after failing to finish run in London back in late July. He's only completed 4 races this season. Rai Benjamin, well, this is the real danger to Warholm, the third fastest man equal in history. The world number 2 this year with 47.16 to win that Prefontaine Classic Diamond League meeting at the end of June. Fabulous flat speed, Benjamin. He's in 5. He has Mani Coppello, World Championship silver medalist, behind Warholm 2 years ago in London, the Rio bronze medalist. The former Cuban runs for Turkey, and he's won in Birmingham, in Bursa, back in Turkey, and 4th in Paris in recent weeks. David Kenzera goes in lane 3 for the USA. He was only 5th in the US Championships and 6th in Paris last week, but he's run 48.6 this season. That again was at the US Championships when so many athletes worked so hard to make the Doha team. They're just grateful to find any races after at those champs if they don't make the team. Karim Hussein, listen to that roar for the 2014 European champion from Switzerland. He raised the roof here when he won the European title in 2014 in this arena, and then he won the Diamond League here in 2015 with a similar effect. He goes in 2, and Thomas Barr of Ireland, had a chat with him just I was munching on my lunch, and the European Championship bronze medalist last year. I said, lane 1 again, eh, Tom? And he said, yeah, I'm getting used to it now. He said, I'm just happy to have a lane. But he is strong, of course, the Rio Olympic 4th place at Tom Barr. Don't discount him from a place in the top 4. But the clash here that so many have waited for in recent weeks is Rai Benjamin in lane 5 against Karsten Warholm, the world champion, in lane 7. Benjamin with fabulous flat speed. He's run 19.99 for 200, 44.3 for 400 this year. Whereas Warholm, well, he's been improving his flat speed. Don't forget, he's European indoor 400-metre champion from Glasgow back in February. He's a fierce trainer, the former decathlete. He's had wins so far this year in Stockholm, Oslo, and Paris. And his European record in London, 47.12, tops the world rankings. For the first time in many years, the Americans have a major challenger. They're fairly rare in this discipline. So Barr of Ireland in 1, Hussein of Switzerland in 2, Kenzera USA 3, Coppello goes in 4 for Turkey, then Rai Benjamin in 5, watch him in the headband, McMaster goes in 6, the Commonwealth champion from the British Virgin Islands, Warholm in 7, TJ Holmes in lane 8. Now, second from the top, Warholm loves to go very fast, he commits early, he's so strong. Holmes hit that first barrier hard. Warholm closing up on him already, left a picture. Benjamin looking very strong in the headband, nice and smooth. He's long and lean. Little stutter at that barrier from Benjamin was there halfway down the back straight as Warholm leads by a couple of strides there. Left a picture. Benjamin beginning to close on him now. Good running between them from Curran McMaster, although he's losing ground now. But Benjamin has the advantage of having Warholm in his sights. The Norwegian is tremendously strong. Benjamin's still looking smooth. You feel he's got more to come. He eases up alongside Warholm. Will this be the first loss of the summer for the Norwegian, who works hard off the final barrier, stays clear, wins by half a metre, 46.92. It's a new meeting record. It's the second fastest time in history by Karsten Warholm. Of course, it's yet another European record for the Norwegian, and he was pushed every step of the way down that home straight by Rai Benjamin. Again and again, this man finds another gear, finds another layer of strength to put the icing on the cake and win these big races. Rai Benjamin, Steve, didn't put a foot wrong, but finished up losing by half a metre in 46.98, by far the fastest losing time in history.
Never have two men run under 47 seconds in the same race, because hardly anyone has ever run under 47 seconds. What a performance from Warholm. And you said he came off the last barrier, Tim. He actually attacked the last barrier and took the momentum into it, over it, and onto the line. That's what was startling, because as they came to that 10th flight, Benjamin was only half a metre behind, and he opened up another metre, or maybe turned it into a metre, and Benjamin came back again, but not enough. I love this guy. I really do love this guy. Benjamin is good. He's very, very good. But what guts Warholm has. Stick me in lane 7. Come and chase me. I'll be in the lead in the home straight. I'll see you there. See what you can do. Well, here he comes. 2 to go. Here comes Benjamin with the momentum. And now watch this. Last flight. I'm off again. Tax it. Off it well. Benjamin keeps coming, but he's got enough. Head back. Arms flailing. Throws his right arm out to get his shoulder ahead. Didn't need to. He had the win, and he's got a sub 47 clocking. We talk about letters after our name, don't we, in life? If you look on the computer now, Tim, there are more letters after his name: a PB, a DLR, an AR, an MR, and a WL. You can explain them all.
There's almost not room. Personal best, Diamond League record, area record, that means continental record, European record, meeting record, and world lead. Well, there's no surprise there. And I'll tell you what really emphasised for me in that replay, Steve, just now you were talking over how well these two ran, was as they came to the line, nobody else was in shot. The gap behind them was monstrous. I mean, third place, Karen McMaster, brilliant run for the Commonwealth champion, 48.58, but he's in a different race altogether. Karsten Warholm, 46.92, gets better and better. 4 weeks till those World Championships in Doha. Can he hold that form? Because if he can, he's going to retain that world title, and he is in utter shock there. He is such good news for the sport. He's full of charisma. He's always smiling. He and his coach like father and son. Wonderful shared sense of humour. He ticks every single box. He's a marketing man's dream, and that is the shot that will perhaps represent the best performance of the season, maybe up to and after Doha.
Well, Norway will be so proud of him. An area record, 46.92, 46.98. You know, it's startling. If you said to Benjamin, you know what, you can run 46.98 tonight, couldn't even see would he have taken that. Sadly, he got beat for him.